Robbie, his words not mine, Robbie Cunting-Williams, welcome.
Thank you.
You're a pretty busy guy, you're doing pretty well in the old music game. You've had more #1 albums now than the Beatles, which makes you better than the Beatles, I believe. It's quantity, not quality. You're touring all over the shop until October at least. You were the only thing at the World Cup final entertainment that Wayne Rooney didn't think was crap. You've got a reasonable art side hustle. You've got 4 or is it 5 or 6 kids?
4 kids.
4.
Yeah.
You're a very busy man. So the simple question: why fashion? Why now on the hottest day of the year?
Well, can I clear something up, please, as well? I didn't relapse on cocaine at the World Cup. And now forever and ever and ever, the internet will be will be so sure of itself that a coke fell out of my nose. It was Nicorette. So I'd like to clear that up right now. Yeah, shame, right? And then the thing is, I thought about it the next day. I was lying in bed and like 50 million people had, seen me supposedly relapse on coke in the World Cup. And I was like, do you know what? If I was on coke, it wouldn't be a fucking problem anyway, would it? Do you know what I mean? That's what I was thinking. It's like, who fucking cares? And there was like so many things in the comments section about, good for you, Robbie, everybody loves the fucking packet. So I made some new fans because of what they thought I was doing anyway, So, why clothes? Yeah, why not? I think that I love clothes. And I love fashion, and I didn't know that I loved clothes and loved fashion in the 90s, because you just wore a pair of jeans and whatever t-shirt was lying on the floor. And now apparently in 2026 that look was quite iconic. And then I've really gotten into, I think it's my addict gene. I can no longer do cocaine. No longer do MDMA, no longer drink, so, where does the addiction go? It goes into several places. One of them is clothes. And the thing that I notice about fashion and the thing that I notice about clothes is that it's incredibly serious. It's incredibly, guys, I'm autistic. Do you mind not talking in the background? It really throws me off. So, so the thing I noticed about clothes and the thing I noticed about fashion is it's incredibly serious. If you look at every billboard that you pass everywhere, for some reason the model's doing this. Or the model is sort of looking off a 1,000-yard stare, or it's always like a furrowed brow. And I wonder who decided this, and I wonder who decided that this is what we have to do. And then monkey see, monkey do. We've done that forever and ever and ever and ever. Why can't we go, why can't we smile? Or why can't we be, I'm ever so slightly smug. But at least we could do smug. Watch me do smug, you ready? So I think that I do something that is loosely called art. That's where it loosely falls into. And I want to wear my own clothes. I want to wear my own clothes that I've designed, because making things yourself keeps the wolf from the door. If I'm not creating, then Radio Rob is going absolutely mental with panic and worry, anxiety. So I'm just creating all the time to stop myself from feeling shit. And one of the creative outlets has been clothes. And now I want to bring, a little bit of thought and a little bit of funny to fashion. So there's my middle finger shirt, and here's my shirt with cravings, attachment, ego, and delusion, which I think sums up the whole of my career. And then I've turned Gandhi into a football team. So Gandhi's got his specs there, the dove, his sandals, and his peace sign. And it's a play on the Liverpool candy thing from the 80s. And there is the Gandhi football top. Another Gandhi issue I'm going to do the Dalai Lama next.
Yes.
And then we've got things like I'm Dead Now, which I'm not looking forward to the family finding out that I've done that. I'm going to get sued. So I went to a place in where's that thing full of old gay guys in America? No, in California, Palm Springs. I went to Palm Springs, and I found this painting, I found this picture in a second-hand store, and I bought it and then drew that over the top of it. Rude, innit? I'm not famous in America, so maybe that'll help me with that. Yeah, let's hope she is dead. Hope she's not dead. Which will I get the most sued for? Because if she's actually dead, maybe they can't sue me because it's true. And then I've got Bitch Better Have My Money, which of course is a play on words. So yeah, my line is a nod and a wink and a bit of silliness, because I love silliness, and there doesn't seem to be any silliness in fashion. It seems to be outlawed because, you know, as much as I love fashion, it's properly pretentious, isn't it? It's properly pretentious and very, very serious.
Hence the underexplored Eric Morecambe influence in fashion.
If Banksy met Eric Morecambe and they went, let's do a fashion brand, what would that look like? And hopefully it's hopium.
You've explained some of the design process there. When you sit down to draw on your iPad or on any other medium, how do you decide what's going to end up as a fashion item and what's going to be a funny Instagram post tomorrow?
Well, I mean, you know, I've got ADHD. I've just found out I've got a bit of autism as well, which I fucking love, because it explains so much. And it's like my get out of jail card now. If I do all the weird shit that I do, I go, I'm sorry, I'm autistic. Yeah, and with the ADHD, you know, you can completely and utterly concentrate on something 1,000%, but absolutely everything else, you just cannot do it. You cannot do it. Ask my kids, you know, there's, and what I'm completely and utterly obsessed with is creating images and making funny things. And like I said before, if I'm creating images and making what I think are funny things, I'm not thinking about me, because my brain is incredibly creative, and it can be creative about everything in the world that you can panic or be scared about. You know, for example, this is how crazy I am, right? I'm on a plane just recently. You know what telekinesis is? Telekinesis is where you move things with the power of your mind. And I was sitting on the plane and I was like, I could have telekinesis. And then but I have intrusive thoughts. What if I have telekinesis and my intrusive thoughts tells the plane to crash itself? So that's the kind of level of insanity that I'm dealing with. It's best to train my brain to do something better than worrying about having supernatural powers and crashing a plane.
Better out than in, as your mum used to say.
Yeah.
So it's a free-flowing, unfettered, creative state for you. Do you go through phases of thinking, right, this is a fashion week or a fashion month, and then you pivot into music mode? Or are they all woven together constantly?
They're all woven together, and wherever my brain takes me is wherever I go. And I know we're going to need to go, and now we need to focus on the clothes bit, and now we need to focus on the music bit, and now we need to focus on cards, or we need to focus on merchandise, or we need to focus on how the staging looks. But if my brain isn't ready to do that, I just can't do it. But hopefully my output is so much that I can cover all bases. I don't know if you're like that. I don't know if you're scared of crashing the plane due to the power of Top Gun, he says.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. Yeah.
So that's, you come up with the images or the slogans. In terms of the fashioning, the tailoring, who are you partnering with to come up with the shape and the feel and the fabric?
Where's Mark? Where is Mark? Mark is over there, he's got his hand up, you know. I'm
Mark's background.
Mark's, what is your background, Mark? Scotch and soda. They were very successful with Scotch and soda. They've done this before, they know how to do it. And the New Amsterdam Surf Company too. And yeah, we get in a room and I show them all of my favourite bits of clothing that I've got from over the years, or if I've got something new that year, and then we'll take this and we'll pinch this in, we'll remove that, we'll add this. You know, it's sort of borrowing and stealing from everything that has come before. But I think if you're in fashion, you kind of notice that that's what everybody does anyway. Nothing is new apart from my jokes that I put on the clothes.
Your sparkly, already iconic blue Adidas tracksuit from the World Cup, were the sparkles added at artist request?
The sparkles were added at artist request, and it felt so comfy. You know, if you like performing to 2 billion, I don't know if you performed to 2 billion people before, but if you do, it's best to be comfy. And like, what do you want to wear? I want to wear a tracksuit, thank you very much. Can you put some jewels on it so it's a bit show busy? That's what happened.
And a bit Polly Walnuts?
Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos. There was a meme that was going around that I looked like Paulie Walnuts from The Sopranos, who had the grey at the side and the black at the top. And first I saw it, I was like, ow. And then I was like, actually, that's fucking brilliant. And now I might lean into just dressing like Paulie Walnuts. Yeah.
Do you pass any of the designs past the domestic committee, the kids in there, and say, is this a bit much?
I do. The kids are fascinated with it, and my son thinks he's designing trainers because he'll get on his Procreate on the iPad and then do some scribbles. What about this, Dad? What about that, Dad? And so I think we'll take that to the committee, see what they think. So, and that was when he was 9. So I think as a 9-year-old, he thought he was designing trainers, bless him, sneaks. But yeah, I think they'll tell me all sorts of things that are wrong with me, you know, from hair to aging to songs. But they're fascinated with the clothes, and they've said nothing bad about them, so they must be okay.
I hope you all took part in Robbie's poll last week about the C words.
Should I tell them?
You just did, please divulge.
So, a lot of the things that I draw, a lot of them have got the C word in it, the cunt. We'll say the cunt, because we're in Britain and we can say this, right? So, and quite a few of them I think are hilarious, but I'm scared of putting them up on Instagram because, you know, the word is divisive. I wanted to find out how divisive the word is. So a couple of days ago, I said, here's a poll. If you never want me to use this word on social media, press yes. And if you don't mind, press yes. If you mind, press no. Okay, let me ask you, what percentage? No, yes! Free the cunt! Okay, hold on. Okay, so you were part of this vote, right? Okay, right, so how many people do you think, as a percentage, didn't mind?
I think it's probably proportional to age. Like the boomers mind, but the zoomers absolutely don't. The zoomers probably encourage. I'd say 75% said they wouldn't mind.
75%, you kind of mind the word.
No, I love it.
So, what percentage do you think didn't mind?
I think it's 65.
65, okay. Would it be a shock to tell you that 86% of people did not mind the word cunt, right? So, who are we monitoring ourselves for? Who are we marginalising ourselves for in public? But who are the people? So let's say that it's 15% of people are offended. Anyway, we'll go down a horrible fucking cul-de-sac here. All I'm saying is cunt.
So, is the in development third season of Hopium cunt strewn?
There'll be no cunts on the clothing apart from maybe a picture of me.
Cut in the clothing.
Yeah.
As far as I can tell from the Hopium Instagram, you've not actually modelled the clobber. You get good-looking young chaps to do it. Are we going to see you on a runway sometime soon?
Yeah, maybe, hopefully. I'm in decent nick now. I've been looking after myself. So, yeah, maybe, hopefully.
What have you thought about the next collection yet? Any rough ideas?
Yeah. Oh, I have the next collection and the collection after, and we're already into winter next year. And this is just the start. And it's not bad for, your opening salvo. It's not bad to announce to the world, this is what we are, this is what we do. And it's just going to get better.
Which other musicians would you be okay with wearing Hopium gear?
Who? Sting! Yeah, let's send some to Sting. Okay, alright, so, Sting was not the first person in my mind, but I would absolutely love any musicians, my wife, oh yeah, I would love any musicians or any artists at all to wear my clobber.
Will you be wearing it on stage on the tour for the rest of this year?
I should be.
You should be.
I should be. It would make marketing sense, yeah.
Your last Instagram post, and they're endlessly brilliant, obviously, as we all know, was "Day marred by wank eclipse after much hype." This is what you posted yesterday, a drawing, I saw before the eclipse. What's your feelings on the actual eclipse now, having watched it through a sieve or a colander?
I was ready to not think that the eclipse was very good. Obviously, I put up this drawing of a shit eclipse before the eclipse happened. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed the eclipse. I found it kind of peaceful. I found like the world, it feared slowed down a little bit, and it felt like community, and it felt like we were all staring at the same thing at the same time. And then I lent into my witchy side, and I thought, I hope that this is ushering in a new energy, maybe a new age, maybe a new energy that's better than the one that was there before. And then I was like, fucking hell, that moon is motoring. That moon is fast. And then I asked ChatGPT, I was like, the moon is fast. How fast is the moon? 235,000 miles an hour. The moon moves at 1 mile a second. So if anybody ever says to you, how fast is the moon? The answer is, it's fast, bruv. Yeah.
I only got a couple of minutes left, Rob. I'm sure everybody would like to know what's happening next musically. Is there any more records coming down the line?
Loads of records, still, 52, still ambitious, still this gaping chasm that is unfillable, still want, still need, still want to have purpose, want to be out there doing things, I'm still as ambitious as I was when I was 22, 23, and it's serving me well now. New music, new tours, plenty of fucking everything.
And hopefully validation from the po-face fashion industry.
Mate, I don't need, I never got validation from the po-face music industry. So, that's never been a problem. I would like validation from the general clothing buying public, and that will suit me and do for me.
Can people buy the clothes tonight here?
I don't know.
Robbie,
Can people buy the clothes here? I'm looking at my management and even they don't fucking know.
So, Robbie,
Yes.
you did a shift with a wand behind the tail upstairs for
Yeah, you
3 hours?
Yeah, going up. Da.
That's an Arnie being sound reference for
Yeah.
all this hot lady.
Yeah.
That's good. Robbie, thanks so much. Thank you for the brilliant clothes. Thanks for the swears. Thanks for rehabilitating cunt.
Thanks, cunts.